Welcome back to News Now on PNC. And welcome, Joanna. Oh, what's going on with all this rain? What's up?
Well, yesterday we had 3 advisories in effect: a high surf, small craft, and wind advisory. But this morning, I woke up to 4 advisories. NWS added high wind advisory for Guam International Airport, which is in effect currently, but it will expire 7 p.m. tonight. High surf advisory expiration was also extended to tomorrow, 6 p.m. So if you are planning on going near the exposed reef or beaches tomorrow, please cross that out, because NW says that could be life-threatening. Small craft and wind advisories are still in effect until 6 p.m. this Thursday. In weathers like this, please be precautious. Today was very rainy day and dark day, as we all agree.
Yep.
And that was just like my high school years. No.
Here in Guam?
Yeah, because I didn't go to high school. I was homeschooled.
Oh.
Dark and gloomy
Dark days for you?
That was dark and gloomy?
I was lonely. But anyway, the reason behind this gloomy is because tropical disturbance 92W is passing south of the Marianas. This 92W is expected to continue to carry showers and strong winds tonight, as it did throughout the day. Even though 92W is going away, it is expected to meet up with strong high pressure, which will continue to cause windy and showery weather tomorrow early morning. Take a look at weather. Tonight will be mostly cloudy and breezy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. But for the most part of the tomorrow and Thursday, we're expecting breezy with just isolated showers. Skies are set to be partly sunny tomorrow and daytime. Partly sunny tomorrow daytime, but mostly cloudy starting tomorrow night. Throughout the week, the winds are heading towards northeast, but starting tomorrow, the winds will turn to eastwards with speed of 20 to 25 miles per hour. But for tonight, it would stay 25 to 35, which is dangerous. Please be careful. And lastly, the temperature this week has been really cold, making my job fun and useful. Actually, it was really cool for me that my knees were hurting. But today was colder than usual with highs around 83. And it seems like Guam will stay this chill throughout the week, as the trend of highs being around 83 is expected to continue throughout the week.
Well, so bring your jackets to work, sort of.
So
The Snoopy jacket.
how long is the cold and rainy weather for most of the week?
Most of the week, yes.
Until this 92W moves away from us?
Even though it moves away, there's
yeah.
another high pressure that's gonna meet up.
Yeah, pay attention, Clint. All right, thanks, Joanna, for that report. So health, politics, the difficulty of the job, all go into deciding how long a member of Congress stays on the job. PNC's Washington correspondent Matt Kay reports that 2 local area delegates are taking very different views of their longevity in office.
Guam's Madeline Bordallo said on entering her 7th term in office last week that health would be her main consideration in deciding how long she's planning to stay in office and what people say back home.
I was even asked to run for governor this year back home. And I said, well, you know, I've come so far in Congress, I'd hate to give this spot up. And I am the ranking member on readiness in the armed services. So as long as the Lord gives me good health.
But not far away, in another House office building, NMI Congressman Greg Khalili Sablan, entering his 4th term, raised the specter of leaving Congress in the next few years. He was discussing the delegates' latest failed bid to renew the floor vote for the delegates and its future chances.
But I don't see it in my life here in Congress, because you know, that's going to take a while, and I don't intend to be here for a very long time.
Well, you say a very long time. I mean, are you contemplating that this might be your last term?
Sablan, who turned 60 this month, had this response.
No, I am not saying that. I am saying that I don't believe in term limits. I believe that it is going to come to a point where I would like to have in this a representative from the Northern Marianas who I know will do a much better job than I can.
Sablan would not predict when that might be, saying he needs to secure other key NMI bills, including on labor. But displaying his signature humility, the lawmaker had this.
But when the time comes that there's someone who can do a job a better job than I can, I will not stand in the way.
Sablon, who travels for some 30 hours each way to get back and forth between Saipan and Washington, says standing in the way of a successor does a disservice to the people he represents. On Capitol Hill, Matt Kay for PNC News.
Good news for Guam. Matson is lowering its fuel surcharge significantly. According to a release from the shipping company, they are lowering their fuel surcharge by 4 percentage points for their Guam, Hawaii, Sinai, and Micronesia services effective January the 18th. This means shipping costs could go down by as much as $80 to $140 per shipping container. They say this is a result of continuing declines in bunker fuel prices. The fuel surcharge for Hawaii will be reduced from 35.5% to 31.5% for Guam and the Sinai. It will be reduced from 36% to 32%, and for the rest of Micronesia from 41% to 37%. The decrease takes effect on the 18th, according to Senior Vice President of Ocean Services Dave Hops. This is the third consecutive decrease they have made in recent months. It's an 11% drop in rates since November 2nd of 2014. These lower shipping costs should result in some lower prices for goods on Guam.
The 3 Vatican officials who were on Guam last week were not here for a simple pastoral visit, as the Archdiocese had put it. That's according to local Catholic observer Tim Rohr. He tells PNC that he had a rare opportunity to meet with the officials one-on-one, in which he was able to express his concerns with regard to the Archdiocese of Agana and Archbishop Anthony Apparon. Rohr says he specifically noted that he is frustrated with what he called bullying. Rohr also told the officials that he believes that Archbishop Apparon is not actually calling all the shots. Rohr believes the Archbishop is acting more like a puppet, and those really pulling the strings are the people behind the neo-catechumenal way. The Vatican officials seem to be open to Rohr's concerns.
I told them that I really don't even think that the Archbishop is purposely lying. I believe he's reading a script that's been handed to him by the people who actually really control this diocese, who I call the neo-catechumenal masters, people that are from off island who we know have been controlling this archdiocese for quite a while.
Rohr says the Archdiocese may have dubbed the visit pastoral in nature, but the Vatican officials did conduct an investigation while they were here.
They were here for, I don't know, 5 or 6 days, and I heard they were putting in 18-hour days, just back-to-back meetings, and so they did a lot of work. What happens from here, I know that they have to do a report, and then it goes to the Pope.
PNC tried to get in contact with Chancellor Father Adrian Cristobal for an interview, but he was not available for comment as of news time.
Governor DeCalvo has appointed 2 new people to the Guam Election Commission. Michael Perez and Jennifer Calvo-Kitagua were appointed on the 9th of January. They will replace Commissioners Martha Ruth and Joe Mesa, whose terms have expired. The appointment does not need confirmation, and their terms began on the date of their appointment. Perez works for the governor's office. Calvo-Kitagua has served on the Election Commission before. Both Republicans and Democrats are allowed to appoint members to the Guam Election Commission.
A bus accident in Maritza this morning resulted in no injuries to the student riders, according to DOE Deputy Superintendent Rob Millay. The bus was carrying 26 students to Maritza Elementary School when it hit a branch while backing up. Millay says the students were all assessed by medics at the scene and then were assessed by a school nurse once they arrived at school. Department of Public Works Director Glenn Leon Guerrero says another bus came to transport students to class. He adds that damage to the bus was minimal.
What had happened this morning between 7 and 7:15, one of our buses, our bus drivers was backing, and there was apparently a branch that was in the way, so he hit that, and I guess it dented a little bit of the one of the covers for one of the warning lights. So the bus is now back in service. There's really no issue.
The bus driver followed all proper protocol, according to Leon Guerrero, but he was tested for drug use under DPW policy.
If you're a fisherman or woman with access to Naval Base Guam, pay attention. Naval Base Guam Commander Andy Anderson is reminding the public that spearfishing is not allowed on base. Captain Anderson says that policy has existed since November of 2013, but recent incidents have brought the policy to his attention, including a Facebook post where someone alleged that a spear ricocheted off a rock and hit them while they were at Gab Gab Beach. According to Anderson, the policy exists for the safety of others using the waters for recreational purposes.
And it's really about public safety. It has nothing to do with environmental impact, which we certainly want to make sure that, I mean, this island is a beautiful scenic island. We want to make sure everybody has the ability to utilize the aquatic facilities and do all the recreational activities that they want. But the primary emphasis on this was just public safety.
Hook and line fishing authorized in some areas of Naval Base Guam, such as Clipper Landing and Sumai Cove, where there isn't a lot of other recreational activity.
All right, we'll stay right there. We'll have more news coming up after this.